Hello, hello, lovely people. It is second episode of Spiritual Resurrection. I'm Milos. I'm 18-year-old who is trying to make my way out from slavery because I'm a slave. I'm a slave to the people who are projecting their own ideas, and I'm a slave to going to places that I don't want to go, and I'm a slave to, among all else, I'm a slave to my flesh. But I'm willing to change that. To start it all off, I'm going to repeat some of the things that I've said in the previous episode, but I need to kind of reestablish my ground here so you can understand. Working a 9 to 5, many people kind of condemn that. Living a 9 to 5 is trash. Well, I don't think so. I don't think that is the case, but it doesn't give you that leverage that being unemployed does, in a sense where you work on something that is online. Do your client work online. Rather, I think it gives more leverage to do that and kind of live according to your own ideas and morals. But I am trying to live in the morals of the Bible, and I want to kind of get and fulfill the statements and kind of prevent from being separated, be a fool to read the Bible and not implement that in real life. And that's only possible with living as an living with digital income. In my country, I live in Serbia, and many people that may be wrong for me to say that, but I live in a country where the prices, the salaries are like, we have African salaries, and yet still our expenses, our prices can be compared to, let's say, Germany and France, and and the rent is like I had this question. It became kind of silly to me. Why is this? It is impossible to live in my own country. My own country has failed me, and I always ask myself, wait, so why do people not want to participate in war? Why don't they want to do army service for 1 year or even 3 months? And that is because the country already has failed them, because rent is going up, prices are going up, salaries are going low, even though demand for the new apartments is lowering, but the prices are going up, which is totally reverse from the actual kind of factual reality of totally reverse from the actual math. But those prices are rising because of the greed of the few individuals, and that's why my own people had failed me in that kind of sense. But I haven't failed on myself, and God hasn't either. Maybe you were in the same situation as I am. I haven't even talked to anyone about this. There isn't anyone. I exchanged my ideas in this note, in this journal, and on my some partial things on my Instagram. Go follow me there. There's a link below. Anyways, after you watch this, it's kind of sad. It's a sad fucking reality for me to exchange my ideas only in my own notebook and on the internet, which can be shut down in an instant. But I can exchange it with people in my environment. That's kind of sad. Wouldn't you agree with me? And now, that's why I have little to no time to. I'm at senior year at high school, and I have maybe less than 1 year to do something, to to kind of build something just to move out and continue to do my I'm a content specialist, so I kind of create content, and that's the things that I will be offering. And I need to grow it in like past maybe 2 or 3K dollars American to kind of live by myself a month, or no, maybe actually a little less, but that will be a comfortable amount. And because I'm a not minor anymore, I can do that obviously legally, and just one day I'll go out of my home when everything compounds, when I have a laptop, when I join the community, because this computer is trash. But man, I was working on like a few frames for like an hour just to get those few frames, because the playhead and everything is slow, and I need to kind of get new equipment and need to hide that same equipment from everyone else not noticing, not getting caught. Because if I get caught, then they are kind of they can kind of confiscate my own property from me, because I am not free. And if I am not free, then everything that I achieve is in the possession of my owner, which are my parents. And my parents are kind of, I'm not going to say mentally ill, that is kind of this rude for me to say, but they're kind of brainwashed, and they declare that I've been poisoned by the ideas of many people who I listen to, and the many people that I've from which I've read the books, read the papers, the scientific experiments, researches, that I've been poisoned by that. And that is a best compliment for me, because they are living such a disgusting life that I can't imagine myself ever being like them. And even when I am kind of complying and kind of listening to them, it's always they're always filled with such a greed, such an evil in their eyes, and they are always kind of trash talking me when I like, why didn't I get a bigger grade? Why didn't I do this, do that? Why didn't show? They are making these small things like I just killed some person on the street, like that's some big deal. They're turning these small things like it's a big deal, and that's what makes me that's what pushes me to actually record this video. And that is the plan. So I need to get some kind of laptop which will get me away from this environment here. There's nobody at home because I'm alone, and I can record this comfortably. I don't know any places in which I can record. That was one of the problems and one of the cope mechanisms that I developed over the past few months, because I was thinking, I can't record my videos because here I'm going to be listened to, spied to, getting caught. This is a full-on operation. This must not be failed. This is like this may sound corny, but it must be fully concealed from the people who treated me like a beast, like a dog, like trash. And I'm going to always be like, I'm going to put this mask. It may sound like manipulative, but it is the truth. There's a saying by Niccolo Machiavelli that if you don't, there's a country and he has an allies and he has an enemies. If the country has allies because those allies expect something in return. And if you don't give something, then in return, they're all going to wage war on you, even to the point of attacking you altogether, developing an alliance against you. That's one of the reasons why Machiavelli gave up on Christianity, because he was living in that kind of environment where everyone was disgustingly evil. And when everything compounds, and when I get through the motions, those are few months of not getting caught, and kind of I was imagining, like, if I get a laptop, I'm going to certainly hide it in places that I even can't think of, and then I'm always going to spend time outside where I can be tracked on by people who I'm associated with, my acquaintances that are so important to me, stated by my parents, that once later in life I may be needing a service from them or some kind of favor that I may ask somewhere in the future, I guess. And when everything compounds in something, as I said, I'm saying that way too often, going to rent out the place for a few months, even a year, and signing a contract with the landlord, going in a new city, throwing out my SIM cards, starting all over again, because I can't afford. If I noticed, because I'm alone for like 5 or 6 days at my own house, and my own parents were calling me like 50 times, and that is crazy. That is way too crazy. And I am just disappointed in myself. How did I manage to bring myself in this position? But I always say to myself, yeah, I made a mistake. I have God spared enough time for me to actually to make my dependence, to make my independence, yeah. And as I said, I'm going to new city, renting out new place, living there, doing my work, not having to think about school, not having to think about my parents, eating the food that I always liked, buying the stuff, eating, living healthy, sleeping when I want, meeting the people that I always want to meet, meeting the people who I met this year, amazing people who are like this calisthenics community of like my peers in this city that has lots of great people, lots of strong people that are like-minded, that are similar to me, and sharing experience, having these experiences that, and kind of developing into further on a man of God, Those are the goals, those are the motives behind my actions. Listen, Paul says in, I think it was Paul, 1 Corinthians 15, if Jesus didn't get resurrected, then we are a pack of fools in believing in him. But he did, and he is the most reliable person on earth. He is the most reliable person. He's the most reliable person in the cosmos, and that's why we should believe in him. That was all I had to say. I kind of got into this motion of speaking my heart out, which I like, and I kind of developed myself back with speaking English. I kind of got a lot. It kind of got a lot worse when I started uploading. And I also, my day was the day. It was kind of great day. For the first time, I am now 10 kilos heavier. I'm now at 220 pounds. I lifted 50 kilos. That is 110 pounds on my weighted pull up. That is an impressive number, because I couldn't do that 6 months ago. And that is what I want to pursue. Those are the goals. I think I'm uploading this on my channel because I kind of want to find someone, other people that are like me, like-minded people, to create communities, to fly out, to meet other people later on. This was second episode. May God bless you and may God be with you. Peace. See ya.